We've asked the Boston Consulting Group, one of the leading consulting firms worldwide, what does sustainable consumption and production look like? And what is the role that Boston Consulting Group are planning to play in this? Let's check out your answer.
Today, we would need around 1.75 Earths to satisfy our annual resource consumption. The world is currently exploiting our planet's resources at increasingly unsustainable levels. Sustainability and climate protection are at the very core of BCG. They are in our green DNA. As part of our sustainability agenda, BCG is committed to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, in short, the SDGs. SDG 12 is about responsible consumption and production. It aims to change the way we consume and produce goods and services, moving towards a more sustainable and efficient use of natural resources. The key to achieving this goal is to build a circular economy. For us, a circular economy is a crucial part of protecting our natural resources and our planet. And at the same time, it is also a big economic opportunity for companies. 140 to 200 billion in 2030 for Germany. That's the annual financial potential BCG identified in a study on circular economy. Companies in all sectors can convert their business models to sustainable and circular economic activity and tap this potential.
Let me explain how a circular economy works. Our current economic model is based on a linear take, make, waste mentality. This means that we take resources from Earth, we make products out of them, and at the end of their lifetime, we waste them without recovering any of their value. A circular economy tries to break this logic. It starts with the use of regenerative or recycled resources. In the next step, the products are designed in a way that they can be used for multiple life cycles and at the end actually be recycled. The product is then manufactured in a resource-efficient and waste-free way. When we distribute the products, we have to move away from the current ownership models towards products as a service and sharing models. This way, we can guarantee for a long life of the product through multiple repairs and upgrades. At the end, the product is collected and then decomposed into its original materials. The secondary resources are then used for new materials to start the cycle again.
Over the past 30 years, our society has doubled the resource consumption. And if you continue to behave like that, we will do so in the next 20 years again. It is clear that we can't continue like that. We have to move away from the current take, make, waste mentality towards a reduce, reuse, recycle, that we can close existing resource loops and move into a circular economy. We are still far away from achieving that goal. Our world today is only 8.6 percentage points circular, which means that only 8.6% of all resources used come from materials that have had a previous life. In the past years, this indicator has even decreased from 9.1% in 2018 to 9% in 2019 and now reaching 8.6%, illustrating a trend in the wrong direction, of course. Germany is currently slightly above the average. We have about 10.4% circularity, having continuously improved our circularity over the past years. However, Germany is also among the countries with the highest overall resource consumption. If we continue with the existing improvement rate, it will take us about 200 years before we move into full circular economy. To achieve the UN's SDG 12, every actor in the economic system needs to change. Everyone has a responsibility to act. At each step of the value chain, companies need to incorporate a circular thinking, from designing products, from choosing the input materials, from the production to the sales, and how are products being used, recovered and brought back into the circle. Many companies are already aware of the necessary change and are, for example, using a higher amount of recycled content in their products, limiting their carbon emissions during production, or selling products for access rather than ownership in order to increase the lifetime of the products. However, quite often, the incentives are not sufficient enough in order to accelerate and drive change. Governance can create a favorable conditions and environment in order to drive and accelerate change and to manage sustainability for the companies. It would attract investors in order to support the companies in investing into R&D or in implementing projects. However, in the end, it's we as customers that need to change our way of thinking, how we select, how we buy products, and the way how we use products.
To truly succeed, companies face multiple obstacles. The benefits of a circular economy are mid to long term, yet some company management systems value short-term financial gains over long-term resilient supply chains and risk managements. This leads to companies often implementing isolated lighthouse projects rather than embedding sustainable resource practices into the core of their corporate strategy. Lastly, companies starting to integrate circular solutions need to collaborate extensively along their own supply chains. Companies can certainly do better on their own, but to fully unfold the positive societal benefits and at the same time the superior business cases, they will need to partner within their value chain and sometimes even beyond to succeed, which can often appear overwhelming. Yet, there's multifold untapped value for all businesses within the circular economy journey. BCG can support our clients to implement the circular economy holistically, effectively, and with a positive business case. With our Circelligence methodology, BCG helps to embed circular thinking within the corporate strategy and throughout the entire organization. This moves the company away from isolated lighthouse projects towards the strategic implementation of the concept. Circelligence is a holistic framework and methodology. It ensures to provide full assessment along the value chain via different angles from input materials, product design, production processes, business models, all the way to end-of-life value. Circelligence even goes beyond the material and mass flows and fosters anchoring circular thinking in the business steering and ecosystems. Circelligence examines the material flow throughout the value cycle. It even goes further. It also considers material value and explicitly assesses corporate steering along KPIs and investment decisions. BCG helps companies to start their circular economy journey along the following 3 steps. First, we create transparency by generating basic quantitative and qualitative insights on current levels of circularity across a company's entire value chain. Second, we develop an actionable roadmap with clear ambition levels and tangible recommendations that show the way forward for the company and provide a clear business case. Thirdly, we support companies in implementing key activities by setting KPIs, continuously measuring progress, and communicating the efforts and success externally. Companies across all sectors can shift their activities, products, and even business models towards more sustainable and circular practices to unlock the full potential. So let's join forces for responsible consumption and production. And let's make sure to jointly protect our planet while increasing responsible growth and wealth creation for society.